fits, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so result, standard mode, Comet, lights, medium kappa, fine. Darks, we're not going to use the dark because we're using the dark from SkyRaider. Bias, we don't need bias. Alignment, automatic. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're underway. Okay, here we go. Let me just get rid of this. Wish I could put this somewhere out of the way though. Could shrink it after. Alright, so let's pick we got our folder. I'm going to put this here, M51. And we might as well stay with matching blue. Dark was always nice. Alright. You can't see that. Don't know why. That's too bad. I thought that you can see it. I got the stack and everything showing up. Okay. See, this shows here, but you're not seeing it. Okay, let me see if I can stretch this mouse thing. I'm almost ready to stack. There, you can see that now, okay. You got a little bit of a delay. Be a bit of a black bar down below, but that's okay. Now we're going to hit monitor, stack, and refresh. And get rid of that. And let's let them come through. I don't know why the bar is green, but there we go. Alright, should be coming in through now. So we got all 10. What I should do before we do this is I should start capturing the other ones at default, right? That's coming through now, okay? Okay, good. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit just because of the vignetting right there. We'll try it there. Okay, that's 10 stacked. And let's try a little bit of expand. How's that coming in there? Let's see. Okay, fantastic. Okay, thanks guys. Let's try a little bit more expand. Okay, let me raise the black. Okay, give a little bit of contrast, not too much. We don't want to blow out the core. I'm trying this in gloves, guys, so bear with me. Okay, thanks, Connie. That's 10 stacked. I don't know why you can't see it because it's cut off when you zoom in here, unfortunately, but that's all 10 stacked already. Yeah, let me adjust, let me apply a little bit of sharpness to it. Okay, there's a little bit of sharpness at 10. Just let me know if that kicked in a little bit better for sharpness. I don't want it to get too noisy though. I think I put a little bit too much in. Is that too much, Jack? Too much sharpness? Yeah, okay. Let me back it off a little bit. Oh, don't want that much. Tell you, this is so sensitive when you hit. Okay, I backed it off to 5. Let's see if that, thanks Bob. Let me know if that kicked in. That should be okay on 5. Okay. Better, okay, thank you. Let me give a little bit of a, let's see, what can I do here? Just raising the black point a little bit. It's so hard to adjust though because I'm wearing the gloves. I'm going to back off the sharpness just a little bit. Yes, that is correct, Jack. Instantaneous. Soon as, right away, instant, as soon as you adjust it. Okay, now let's try something. I don't think this is going to work, but let's just try it. I'm going to go back out again. So we're going to see all the ugly vignetting. I tell you, Jack, I think I got to use the MFR-3. I just can't wait until Rock has that new MFR-10. That's what we need, is the MFR-10. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's back to default. Let's see. Yeah, there it is there. That's the full, and I'm going to crop a little bit. Okay. Just touch. You like that better there? I tell you, I wish I did more than 10 though. I would have liked to have done even more, but 10's okay. 10's enough. Uncrop that. And let me just get a wider crop right about here. Oops, what's that? Right about there. There we go. Well, thank you, Jack. You're much too kind. Okay, now, let's see. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to move this into view, show you what I'm doing here. There's no point me doing anything unless you guys see what's going on. How about we, I'm going to stop this. How about we capture some more? Let's go into, there's the other one here. Let's capture more images, but not with these settings. Let's use default, okay? Does that sound okay? I'm going to, all right, good, Bob. I'm going to go into default. Okay, Jack. So let's go into here, and I'm going to hit default. That's only going to bring the contrast from -15 back to 0. And the histogram, we're going to go into default. Okay. Now, I got to pick my default dark field. So let's import, and let's use the default, and let's start capturing images at default. Same gain, same exposure, Michael. All right. So before I start, I'm just going to hit loop before I do a sequence, just to see how they are. Okay, so let's. This is a lot of fun. Well, Tim, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Good question. I used to, years ago on NSN, I used to use Deep Sky Stacker Live. I'll tell you, Astro Toaster uses the engine of Deep Sky Stacker Live, but Astro Toaster is way miles above Deep Sky Stacker Live as far as adjustments go. With that tool I was using right here, color adjustments. I wish we had another name for this. I would do another name for this instead of just color adjustments, because there's so many adjustments other than color. But I'm not knocking Howie, did a fantastic job on this, and we owe him a lot because this is fantastic. But anyways, this color adjustment feature is what's key to Astro Toaster. Deep Sky Stacker Live, all it has is it has a gamma brightness darkness adjustment, and that's it. It doesn't have anything else. So you're limited. So to answer your question, Astro Toaster is much, much better than Deep Sky for using. Much more flexible, more versatile. So anyways, there we go here. Now, there's our first one. Now, let's kick in the dark field. Dark field correction is kicked in using default dark field, not the adjusted default. And everybody that was with me earlier will know what I'm talking about, or when you review the recorded video that Jack took tonight, you'll understand what I'm saying. Now you can see the amp glow across. I tell you, Jack, I like this sensor. It's very nice. Hi, Brian. It's a nice sensor. It's very clean. Okay, we got 3 seconds coming up. There we go. Now you should have an image coming up soon, guys, with the dark field correction applied. Good night, Dwee. Take care. Thanks for joining. Did it kick in yet? Well, it depends on setup, location, John, and using your adjustments and everything. Maybe you might want to give Astro Toaster a try down the road. It will help too. But we're getting some detail without Astro Toaster also. We're getting some good detail in the SkyRaider software. Yes, and this is full resolution on, what is it, 1920, let me see, 1920 by 200. You cannot bin this sensor. It doesn't have hardware bin, which is fine. I'd prefer to use the full resolution anyways. I find it sensitive enough. So, yeah, that's true. It's a filter too, John. Okay, filter can make a big difference. Okay, let's do the sequence now, Jack. So I'm going to stop. Let's see the histogram. Histogram looks fine. So let's stop this. And let me open up this. And we're going to leave this, but we're going to select default here. And we're going to start sequence. We're going to capture 10. We're going to do the exact same number, okay? So while this is capturing, let me just put this back up. And let's see if there's any questions here. Yeah, Celestron, that might be a little bit, I don't know too much, the Celestron, John. That might be cutting off a lot of important light. Jim, if Jim's still on, maybe he can answer that. Jim in Ottawa, Jim Thompson. If it's cutting off IR, that's not good. You want the IR to go through. Hey, Jack, I don't think this has any coatings on the window that we were talking about earlier. I think it's fine. It's just a filter, I think. Hey, Murray, how's it going? Thank you, sir. Not supposed to. I don't think it does have any. Okay, so people might be wondering, well, how do I do all these adjustments? So let me just put this here, and I will show you. I'll go back to reset while we're capturing. We got 1 of 10 captured so far with the other settings. Filter makes a big difference, and my skies aren't that good tonight, Jack. You said we're about my 4.2, 4.25 mag. Okay. Yeah, Vader makes the same. Vader Celestion is basically Vader UCHS, which does not have. Well, there's your reason why. Thank you, Jim. Your filter, John, does not allow the IR to go through. It doesn't allow it to pass. Not good for galaxies. You might want to use that on nebulas, but not galaxies. Yeah, M82 is a brighter one, but this one, yeah, I think it's a filter, John. Okay, so let me hit reset, and I'll show you what's going on here. Reset. Now you can see when I reset it, everything went back right there, okay? Even the crop went back. So first of all, let's crop in a little bit, okay? So I'm going to hit crop, and I'm going to just drag it. Oh, let me just get this out of the way. Hit crop, and I'm just going to drag the mouse just before we get the vignetting, right about there. Okay, that looks good right about there. Okay, maybe I was a little aggressive, guys, on the expand because I brought out some noise before. You can see it's a lot smoother now. Okay, here's what we're going to start. Okay, 15-second delay. Very well. I'll go slow. I'm going to bump the contrast. I'm going to use the arrows. Try it with my gloves. We can go slow. You can see it's showing it in real time. I love this Astro Toaster. It's cool. Okay, expand. Now when you do expand, it's like stretching. You are basically stretching the data, almost like using the curves. So we're going to go to about 5. Let me just, instead of using the mouse. And anytime you use these 3 here, this is expand, this is lens gradient, and this is sky gradient. And I'll show you how they work. Anytime you use any of these 3, you have to hit apply your expand, gradient, sky, or lens. So you hit apply, and you'll see that kicks in. Okay, now we don't want to go too aggressive with the expand because we're just going to bring out some noise. So I think that's good right about there. Now sharpness, I'm going to just go to about 3, right about there. Now the white point, I'm going to go a little bit higher, not too much, right about there. Now I'm going to darken the background. No histogram, but I can usually generally tell if I'm clipping. I'll show you what clipping looks like. You can see the outer halo here, and up in here, the galaxy. Now this would be clipping. I'd say that's pretty well clipped in there. It looks nice, but you're starting to clip. Okay, so I know there's a delay, so I'll go a little bit slower. So I'm going to back off the black a little bit, just until I can see the detail on the outer part. We're almost there. I'd say right about there. Okay. Hang on. All right. Did that kick in yet? Not yet? Okay. It should by now. Okay. Okay, thanks, Bob. Okay, I'm going to bring the black point a little bit more to the left. Lighten it up a bit. Right about there. Okay. Now, we can adjust the color too if we want. We can go a little bit on the blue. Not too much. Right about there. Green. Go about 1 notch. I might want to take the expand down a little bit more and lower the black point right about there. Alright, just let me know if that kicked in. I just took the expand down a bit. I'm only using 3. I wish we didn't have this delay. Okay, and I'm going to try and get my best image here, and we're going to save it, and then we're going to feed the other ones through. We're almost at 10. We're at 9 of 10 on the other ones. Did that kick in yet? Okay, how's that looking there? Is that fine now, Bob? Thank you very much, sir. Is that okay? I'm just trying to make sure it's not too bright in the background, not too dark. Okay, thanks, Bob. How about for everybody else? Is that okay there? Okay, good. Thanks, Jack. Now, let's see what we can do. I wish I can show you guys this. I do like this thing, but I'm going to uncrop it, and I'm going to just see. Now, we do have definitely too much vignetting to fix here, but let me just show you how to use this lens gradient. Lens gradient tries to make the background a little bit flatter. I don't know what's going on up here. There's something going on up there, but it could be some moisture or something. But anyways, let's add a little bit of lens gradient and hit apply, and you'll see what happens. Takes a few seconds to kick in though. Okay, no big change there. Hit apply again. And still nothing. Okay, there. Now I'll wait until that kicks in. You're going to see M51 darken a bit. Just let me know when that kicks in. You're going to see the behind M51 darken a bit. Just let me know if you notice that. This is not the best image. Okay, good, Bob. Okay, did you see that? Okay, now let me explain what that does. Sometimes you have vignetting, or not vignetting, sometimes you have a bright, uneven field of view, and you got the brightness in the center for some reason, and that's kind of typical vignetting, but it's not like what we're seeing here where it's all dark on the outside. It's brighter in the core, okay? That could be a gradient or something that's causing that, and it's washing out the detail in the foreground or object. So what you do is you just bring up your lens gradient. I'm going to kick this up quite a bit from 34 to about 75, okay? Now watch, I'm going to apply, and I'll tell you when it changed for me. Okay, now, just let me know when that kicks in, and you're going to see the light shift from the center towards the outer boundaries. Just let me know when that kicks in. I know it's not making the image look any better, but I'm just trying to explain what this tool does for you. Okay, it did. So when you want to use this lens gradient is when you have the object in the center with an uneven background, like there's a glow behind it caused by gradient or vignetting or something, and you apply the lens gradient and it will spread that light in the center towards the outer perimeter to even out the background. In this case, it doesn't help the object, but it just gives you an idea what that does. Now I'm going to put it back to 0, hit apply, and you're going to see it go back. Okay, it already went back for me, so you should see it go back soon. Okay, just let me know when that kicked in. It looks like we got a 10-15 second delay. All right, good. Okay, now this sky gradient, what this does is this will transfer any gradient from one angle to another angle. Say, for example, you had a gradient going across the top here from the moon or something, okay? And you wanted to shift it. Now, I'm going to go up to about 70, and I'm going to hit the angle. You can alter this angle. I'm going to go 90 degrees, okay? And I'm going to hit apply. Now watch what happens. I'll see if I notice anything. Okay, now the light shifted. Okay, did you see the light go to the left that time, Bob? Okay, thanks, Bob. What it did is it took some of this gradient from one side and shifted it 90 to 90 degrees, which is the right side. I'll go right up to 100, and I'll hit apply, and you'll see the left side get brighter. There, can you see that? It should kick in. And I'm going to change my angle now to 120. And I'm going to hit apply. Okay, good. Now I'm over exaggerating this, but it gives you an idea. What it does is you take the gradient from some area and transfer it somewhere else. Like, for example, say it's brighter at the bottom right corner and not as bright in the upper left. You can transfer that brightness 50%, whatever percentage you want, from one angle to the next. Now I went to 120. It brought it from the left side to the left corner, lower corner. And we'll go 180 degrees, hit apply, and let's see where that shifts it. Okay, good. Okay, you see how that shifted right to the bottom now, okay? So that's how you use the sky gradient. Now, when we're doing a lot of the DSLRs, they have big sensors and you get lots of gradients from the moon and light pollution and everything. This sky gradient, lens gradient, works very, very good with the DSLR. It works good with this sensor, but because it's not as big and I got a filter on and there's no gradients happening, it's not necessary to use it. I'm just trying to show you what these tools are for. So I'm going to put it back to 0. Oh yeah, it would help with the universe too. Yep. It definitely would help. So now I shifted it back. I wish I had a light gradient in here to show you how to use the sky gradient, but maybe one of my broadcasts I can show again next time. Okay, but this is pretty well, there's no gradient. Basically what you're looking at right now is vignetting, that's all. So it is a gradient, but it's not caused by light pollution or the moon. It is just because the light is being cut off, okay? The cone of light's being cut off on the outer perimeter, so it's darkened around the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit crop again, and we will crop in here right about there. Okay, so that should be okay there. Now, let's see if I can adjust this, and then we're going to feed the other object through. I'm liking this. This is really looking nice with Astro Toaster. Okay, let's see. I think I got that pretty good. Yeah, the colors, everything is gorgeous. I think that's good there. Now, you might be wondering, how do you save it? Well, all you do, it's so simple with Astro Toaster. You hit the save. It will bring this up, and I want to save it. I think it saves default as a TIFF, so I'm going to label this. Let me pull off my gloves. I'm going to label this M5110 by 45 seconds. Gain 60%. Let's just do, I don't think it allows percentage, but let's just do 30. Gain 30. What else? This was adjusted. And dark field applied. Okay, let me pick my folder. And you know what? I should have had that folder. I knew I should have. But anyways, I think I can make a new one. I hope. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to say final. DS2.3 PLUS final. Final image. I know. I'm too picky. Save. And don't worry if this was over top, because we shouldn't have any issues. Let me just make sure. And there we go. And the nice thing about this is it saves as it's cropped, which is very nice. Okay, I'll leave that up for a second. Just let me know when that comes up. That's the saved image. Just let me know when that kicks in, please. Thanks, John. Okay, thanks, Bob. A lot of help, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so it does save it as crop, which is nice. So I gotta close that.